sometimes it's not so easy to use this program. Yeah, so there it is. Okay. Yeah, so let's speak about Web 1.0. So this is you can say that there have been people and they used Web 2.0 first, yeah. So, but with Web 2.0, it became clear that there has to be also a Web 1.0, yeah. So, but this is the past. So, I would like to only give to some information how it worked, and it's simple, yeah, because this standard that we used on the base of Web 1.0 was static websites. So you know how it works when you use the internet now. You can chat and all these things. This was not possible. Yeah. So if you wanted to change an information, or if you wanted to write in something into on a website, it had to be reloaded, and then you were able to see the change. Yeah. So this is the meaning of static websites. Yeah, so you were not able to use any dynamic pages. Yeah, and this was a big restriction for the internet. So the internet has been more an information system. Yeah, so for shops, for shopping, yeah, I would say that was okay. Yeah, so you were able to live with this technology. Yeah, but no dialogue was possible, only by email. Yeah, and so it was not bad. Yeah, so you were able to get into contact with other people, and but we speak about an asynchronously conversation. Yeah, and now we have a synchron conversation that's possible with the new technology. And so this technology came up in the beginning of the 2000s. So it started 2002, 2003, and then the former technology had to be updated. Yeah, you had to put in the new features in a website, and so for some companies can say it was too expensive and too massive to make this complete change. Yeah. And so it was more easy to create websites which were directly able to use the new possibilities. And this was the reason that many companies were losing its advantages, and then had to left the market. Yeah. So what we know is the change to Web 2.0 happened gradually. Yeah, so the standard was there first. Yeah, this was communicated by the W3C community, and then it became standard in the updates of the browsers, and with that, the producer of the websites were able to use this technology and to show the people more dynamic websites. Yeah. So Web 2.0. So this yeah. So it came up on a conference in 2004, and two young men, Tim O'Reilly and Dale Doherty, they offered a Web 2.0 conference in 2004. So this was, this made this Web 2.0 popular. Yeah, so it was more, it was in all ears, you can say. So what are the differences? The World Wide Web was then able to use user-generated content, yeah, usability and interoperability. So it was much more easy to get into contact with somebody. Yeah, there has been this was the birth of a chat. Yeah, so and this made it possible to create messengers, to create WeChat, yeah, and to create WhatsApp, yeah, and so the advantage then was that there was yeah, how to say that, was a mouth-to-mouth conversation possible by the internet, yeah, and so you were directly able to answer, and so this was a change, yeah, and it's or you speak about an eye-to-eye communication, yeah, and this was also causing problems. Because this was also the birth of the shitstorms, yeah, yeah, with the birth of social networking sites, blogs, wikis, folksomies, video sharing sites, and hosting service, whatever, yeah. So where all these possibilities can be used to communicate directly. Then this made had a big, it was a big change for the marketing of the companies. The difference was that before that time, a company was able to create its corporate identity, and with that, this corporate identity was stable, because nobody was able to criticize this corporate identity. Yeah, for example, if Ray Chan is buying a Mercedes, yeah, 30 years ago, and for example, she became trouble with this car, a new car, and then became trouble with Mercedes. Yeah, she was only able to tell that to their family, to friends. Yeah, and only a few people were informed by her problems. And this is a big difference now. Yeah, so here you can publish your problem on the social networking sites or in news groups, whatever, and this can cause shitstorms. Yeah, so many people will be informed. And this can influence the corporate identity of the company, because there is a critics that's coming up, and so let's have again Mercedes as an example. You normally see these cars as cars on a high quality level, high security level. Yeah, you are more secure in such a car because of more airbags, because of the chassis. Yeah, it's more stable. Yeah, it's not a simple car like a Renault Clio or like a Renault Twingo. Yeah, so it's small cars. It gives you more room and more. You feel more safe in such a car. Yeah. So, and it's also said that these cars have a better quality than others. They're a little bit more expensive, and this is also part of the corporate identity. Yeah, what you produce and you intend to produce, you say in the marketing, yeah, so our cars are more secure, they have a better quality. You don't have will have only less technical problems. Yeah, and in this case, when Ray Chan is speaking about that, she would be. Oh, she was outside. Yeah, coming back. This critics influence the corporate identity of a company. So the reason, for, what's the reason? The following intention of the company then must be to work with such problems, yeah, and to deal with them, and to moderate such problems. Yeah, you create own news groups. Yeah, you have your fans. Yeah, then we spoke about it. It's called brand entertainment, brand community. So it gives the company the chance to react on such problems. Yeah, but the most important is that the corporate identity is not more only in the hand of the company. It will be influenced by the consumers. Yeah, and if you don't take care of this, you will lose your image with that. Yeah, and so it's more complicated, yeah, for companies, because you have to take care on that, and you need some personnel for that. Yeah, people who take care and who are able to answer. Yeah, we spoke about that in the last course. These people have to know what an etiquette is. Yeah, and so it. Yeah, it's creating new jobs, yeah, in the marketing. Yeah. Yeah, what is a mashup? Yeah, so it's the meaning here is using content from more than one source. Yeah, that's the meaning of mashups. And API, the meaning here is it's application programming interface. Yeah, so this is a possibility to create applications, yeah, and for special use, yeah, for example, for applications on the smartphone, for example. Yeah, and this is an API. Yeah, when you speak about that, we call that in English an API. Yeah, that's Web 2.0. And if there's a Web 2.0, there can also be a Web 3.0. And we then speak about the semantic World Wide Web. Yeah, it's not really developed and clear. So, but there are some new features, and it will say that there will be a third generation, yeah, of internet-based services, and we sometimes call it the intelligent web. Yeah, and it will be used. So it's sometimes it will be used. So you know algorithms. Yeah, so you have intelligent applications. They can automatically give you an answer, or they learn from that what you say. Yeah. So if you have a system that helps you to correct words, then if this program doesn't know this word, it will save it into a database, and then it will be able, when you make the error, this mistake the second time, then it will correct it automatically. Yeah. Autonomous agents, yeah, so this autonomous cars, yeah, so the possibility, then automatic moderating, yeah, that means that you have to fill it first, yeah, if you want to use it. You have to create a database, and normally these agents only can give a feedback only on some aspects. Yeah, so if you know Siri from Apple, or if you know Alexa from Amazon. Yeah, so this is a creation, but it can not answer all questions. Yeah. It's focused on different issues. Yeah, yeah, artificial intelligent technologies. So what we have, for example, it's an U.S. bank. It's called Goldman Sachs. And so this bank created a system. They paid about $300 million for that. An automatic system that is buying and selling stocks. Yeah. So and yeah, so it's a in German you would say it's a money printing machine. Yeah, that's something like that, because it's making all automatically. Yeah, it's screening the stock markets, and then the system is able to buy stocks automatically, and it also can sell them. Yeah. Another system is coming from BlackRock. It's also a system from the USA, another company. They offer financial products, and the system here is called Aladdin. And so I don't know very much about it, but it seems so that it can give you, the system can give you information what you should do in future. Yeah, so it's all made with algorithms, and so it's very, very complex. I don't know how it works. Yeah, I heard of that. and as far as I know, it was very, very expensive to produce it. Took many years to finish it, but it's now working. Yeah, and yeah, as far as I know, the people are very interested in that, because yeah, it can give you many answers. Yeah. Yeah, understanding of information in order to provide a more productive and intuitive user experience. Yeah, so this is a good explanation for these technologies. Yeah. Yeah, so let's have a look at the next page. Yeah, here you have an overview about the about the development of the internet. Yeah, so it starts with a desktop computer. Yeah, and the first possibilities were Usenet, file transfer protocol, email. Yeah, and so this was the start of the internet, and then the PC era begins with different operating systems, yeah, from Windows, Mac OS, yeah. So this was the start. These two systems. There were some others, yeah. So from Commodore, yeah, was also um, an own system, yeah. So they started with different systems, and so this was the start of the web, yeah. So in the PC era, yeah. And then in 1990, the Web 1.0 starts with HTTP and HTML. The HTML is the language, yeah. We spoke about that in social media management, no, in digital media, yeah. We spoke about that. And yeah, then there came SOAP, XML, JavaScript, yeah, Java, yeah, and so this was the base of Web 2.0, and then this semantic web started. Yeah, yeah. There's also a creation of Web 4.0. Yeah, no, this schedule here, it shows that it begins in 2020. Yeah, so it should start now. And speaking about intelligent personal agents, distributed searches, yeah, we will see how it will work. Yeah, so we also speak about artificial intelligence. Yeah, and I think this will be a part of Web 4.0. Yeah. Yeah, so gives you an impression about the developing of the internet, and about the technology. Yeah, we had when you speak about phases in the in technology, yeah. We can divide it into four parts of revolution. Yeah, or industrial revolution, part one, that was the first development was mechanic. Yeah, so the most a good example for that is a loom. I don't know how do you know what that is? Or weaver. Yeah, you can produce carpets with that, yeah, for example, or you can produce well, I don't know how that how that what's the meaning here. Just a moment, I will have a look. Yeah, clothes. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. Okay, clothes. Yeah, was possible. Yeah, and the material for that. Yeah, this has been the start of industrial revolution. Yeah. Then came the machines. Yeah, the machines with um, yeah, so yeah, steam engines that you were able to make some things automatically, yeah, and or uh, then the rail has been start the first cars and whatever, you know. So the second was that electronic has been used. Yeah, so there has been a start with the assembly lines. Yeah, so it is said normally that Henry Ford was the first one who was using assembly lines. Yeah, he was producing a car, and the name was Model T, Ford Model T. So it came up in 1912. 1912. Um, so it is said that he was the first one, but he is not. He's not the first one. There have been other companies, not cars, but other production lines, and so it started here with electronic and with mass production. Yeah, the mass production. If it's interesting for you, what you should do that sometimes. There is a film. It's called Modern Times, and the main actor that is Charlie Chaplin. So it's a film. It's 70 years old or more, and this film Modern Times, it's showing the future of assembly lines and about how the workers have to live with that. So it's very interesting to have a look at this film. Yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah, it's a bit funny. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Somebody tried to. Ah, you have seen this film. Okay. Yeah. Okay, if you know that, I don't know if you are able to see this film in internet. I didn't look for it. It's funny to see it. Yeah, yeah, it's really old. It's a black and white film. Yeah. Oh, Ray Chan, you too. Whatever. You all know these films, yeah. Um, yeah, it's yeah, a really good group. Yeah. Yeah, and after that, yeah, once again, yeah, it's famous. Yeah, it's famous. Sure, sure. You're right. It's a famous film. He made different films, so Charlie Chaplin also made a film where he was so a person like like Hitler. Yeah, so it's also funny. Yeah, but it's very, very good. Yeah, it's very good. How because he's showing how the people are manipulated. Yeah. So the next revolution is the desktop, the press printers, robots, yeah, data links, so the internet as a part of that. So we speak about IT and automatization. Yeah. Um, Three parts, because it's a development um, of a new system. So it starts with the Internet 1.0. It's a Web 1.0 with the laptop. The first handy and the PDA, yeah, have been created, and it made it possible that you can contact people in another country. It's not relevant where you are. Yeah, you can do that from nearly all over the world, um, uh, and you are able with such a smartphone to get into contact with other people. Yeah, and so it's a big change in the behavior of the people. Yeah. Um, so my parents or my grandparents, yeah, when they tried to get into contact, they had to write letters. Yeah, they was writing letters, and they were sending it by post service. Yeah, so it took some days to bring it to the other. Yeah, um, and so then my parents, they grew up with the first telephone lines. Yeah, and so me too. Yeah, so I know that too. But I had the advantage that then there came the mobile phones. Yeah, and so I was also using these mobile phones, and yeah, it is. You're much more flexible, yeah, and it's changing your behavior. Yeah, so if you want to have a rendezvous with somebody, and or you made a date with somebody, and um, okay, it will be it could be a bit more late. Yeah, then you call him by phone, and you can inform the other one. Yeah, so in former times that was not possible. Yeah, so uh, if somebody has a problem and he has a rendezvous, um, then he was not able to get into contact with the other one. Yeah, um, it's much more simple. Yeah, and the next one is you can buy. Um, products, and you have apps, yeah, that helps you from to like Google Maps. Yeah, it shows you the way and helps you to reach another point. Yeah, and whatever. Yeah, so it's making the life much more simple. Yeah, and so what we have now, we have also big data. Yeah, and I think it's not the best possibility, because yeah, so the people become more transparent. Yeah, so if it's not closed, or it's permitted to use this data, yeah, you are free to get all information about other people. Yeah, you know that in China, yeah, you have this social credit system. Yeah, so it's something like that. We also have some things here, and when um, um, we have the Schufa. Yeah, it's called the Schufa. SCHUFA. HUFA. Yeah, it's called. And so what what the Schufa is doing, it's giving other persons an information how much money you have. Yeah. So if you are not liquid, if you don't have any money, the Schufa and you ask there, yeah, the Schufa can give you the information. Okay, this person has enough money to buy something, or it has not. Yeah. So it's also if you want to change an insurance, yeah, that it will affect how accidents, how many problems you had, and so it could be you will not uh, will not have a new insurance. Yeah, they say no, you have to you make too much trouble. You are too expensive. We don't want to make a contract with you. Yeah. Yeah. So let's then. We have only 2 minutes, so let's make our break now. And then after that, we will speak about CPS, RFID, 3D printers, M2M, yeah, Internet of Things, and yeah. So this is something that we call intelligent manufacturing, yeah, for example. Okay, so let's stop here. We have now